I think that we are going to start the class with you too.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, Juan David. Juan David has some problems with the internet. So
Because of the rain.
yeah, I suppose. I am not in Bogota, so I don't know.
You're not in Bogota? You don't live in Bogota?
No, I don't live in Bogota anymore.
Ah, where do you live now? I live in Cali, so it's raining in Cali right now as we
I
speak.
live in Neiva.
Oh, okay.
And
That's
here,
cool.
no, it is not raining.
Probably like the only city in Colombia right now that is not raining.
It rains very, very rarely.
Oh, that's
Okay.
cool.
Good evening, Belisario. Belisario, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you. Good evening.
Hi, how's everything? Good?
Yes, kind of.
Okay.
because
Because?
because my son has been sick for about 5 days with fever,
Oh,
so that's not so good.
no, it is not
Today
good.
he couldn't go to school today, and the same tomorrow.
Hmm.
He's been taking antibiotic, but it's like not working.
It's not working?
It's not working yet. I don't know. He has been like 2.5. He has been drinking that for about 2.5, 2 days and a half. So I don't know. That's the problem.
That's terrible. Okay.
And before he had a problem with an ankle. He twists an ankle, so he had a problem with that, and then was the other ankle. Oh my god.
Yeah, a lot of problems then.
Yeah. My god. I
Very
hear a
sad.
noise. There's a noise.
Oh
Yes,
no,
it,
that's my. I'm sorry. I'm gonna apologize. That's my house. I have frogs outside. I live outside of Cali, and they're frogs. I'm gonna put it in mute because everybody gets the same thing. You can ask Jorge. You can ask all the other people. Everybody gets surprised with the frogs. It's just they're tiny frogs and they make all that noise. So I'm gonna put
really?
my microphone on.
I see.
Really? Okay. Hey, Carlos Andres, good evening.
Good evening, teacher. I'm in trouble because I'm having at the same time another class.
I know.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know what to do.
I'm going to tell you what you
Okay,
should
teacher.
have done. You should have participated in the survey. Belisario and you didn't participate in the survey. So you
Okay,
let
okay,
the others to decide.
it's because
okay.
I didn't realize. Like I didn't
No, but
realize we had
teacher, no, you know
started.
what happened? I never thought that the maybe I don't know, the secretary or the person in charge in the university was going to put us uh, two classes or three classes at the same time. Yes, I never thought because maybe they have a schedule. Yes, that they can check that
The thing
this
is,
hours for classes with
the thing
her.
is that the ones who decided the schedule are the teachers. and it is you with the teacher, so that's the problem, right?
Oh,
So
okay, okay.
one of the problems that I have in this class is that many of you have two classes at the same time, right?
Yeah, yes.
Which class do you have, Carlos?
I have literature, but we are trying to change this class because I would prefer, yes, to see this class with you on Mondays. So we're trying to move, yes, to change the schedule of this class of literature. So now we are having like trying to get like an agreement.
Mm,
Yeah,
okay.
yes, because I would like to see this class with you Mondays at this time. So it's excellent. So now we're debating. Maybe we can change, yes, this our class.
Yes, Juan David, I know. Yeah, okay, Carlos. Juan David is saying that he has project. I know that you have project with Leonardo Fabio, right? Okay, I wanted to like to talk to you as well to see if we can agree on the schedule. But because the problem that I see is that many of you don't show up. I mean, I was telling Leonardo that I have a feeling that I'm not going to have the whole group. It is supposed that you are 12, and so far you are only 4. So that worries me a lot because this subject, I think that it is kind of important. Okay, so I need to get a consensus, but I need more people. I was thinking on moving this class to Thursdays or moving this class to Mondays at 8. But I don't know if there is not everybody here.
Teacher, yes, teacher. Let me talk to the rest of my classmates. Maybe we can organize something because now I'm having the two classes. Okay, maybe I can talk to them because the rest of my classmates are in the on literature class. So maybe let me talk to them if I can leave maybe literature these days and we can schedule your class maybe Thursday. You say Thursday, teacher?
But Thursdays at 7.
Oh my
Thursdays
god.
7.
Yeah, yeah, that was the other option that I gave you. Thursdays
Okay,
at
Thursday.
7.
Okay, I'm gonna talk to them. Okay, give me a couple of seconds. Okay.
I think it's better today, but at 8.
Yes, I agree.
8 is always better than 7
Yes, I
because
know. The thing is
I'm a
that
father.
yeah, the thing is that I only have available Mondays and Thursdays, and I have another class. I have a class at 8. That's why I don't offer Thursdays at 8. But Mondays at 8 is okay for me.
It's perfect to me.
Okay.
Yeah, I,
Okay.
I don't have a problem with Monday at 8 either.
Okay. That's good. Okay, so let's. I don't know. I don't know what to do because I only have half of the class. Okay, let's start with this. Um, you know that for this class, I'm going to ask you. I'm going to mute you, Leonardo, and your beautiful and Belisario. Okay, uh, and the beautiful sound of the nature. Right. So you know that this class is devoted to work on the teaching practicum, and the main idea is to try to understand basically some principles about how to teach, not how to teach in the way that you have to do it in a certain way, but to understand certain aspects of teaching, especially because we are going to focus this class on task-based learning. Why did we decide? Why did we decide to work on task-based learning? It's just because one reason. I'm going to share with you the screen, and we are going to pay attention to this. In this slide, in the first unit that you have here, you're going to find a folder in week number 1 to 3, that it is called documents from Ministry of Education, right? If we pay attention to the Ministry of Education documents, we have 3 different documents that are very recent. The first one has to do with basic learning rights. I suppose that you know about them. Mallas de aprendizaje, I couldn't download them in English, but they are in English as well. And pedagogical principles and guidelines. It is supposed that the 3 booklets are the guidelines for teachers or for English teachers in this case, right? So I want to focus on basically on the first one, that it is pedagogical principles and guidelines. I have the file in here, I think. Pedagogical principles and guidelines, right?
Teacher Jairo, good evening.
Good evening.
Can you all hear me? Can you see
Yes.
me? Can you? Okay. Teacher Jairo, sorry to arrive late to your class. I don't know if my classmates already spoke to you about the conflict that we have
Yes.
with the other classes, so I'm actually connected in 3 classes. I really don't know what to do. We're trying to solve the problem with the other teachers, but I just don't think it's possible to concentrate or to learn something when you are connected in 3 classes at the same time. So I'm sorry if I already missed your explanation about what to do.
What do you mean? The explanation of today or the previous class?
Not today.
Okay.
I don't know if because I'm late, I don't know if you already discussed what to do with the students that are already in other subjects at the same time. I don't know if you already discussed about the problem. Sorry.
I have a question for you all. For you
Okay. Yeah.
all. When did you notice that you had this problem of having 2 classes or 3 classes at the same time?
Okay, personally, I noticed last week before the Easter time, and I wrote to other teachers. I don't think I wrote to you.
Yes, exactly.
But I did wrote to other teachers, mentioning to them the problem.
Right. Because okay. Okay.
But we actually changed one of the teacher Angela, but we already spoke with her and to change. So now I personally have
I
classes.
cannot listen to you. Sorry. I'm going to mute. Listen. Sorry. Repeat, please, Diana.
Okay. We were talking, the other classes that we have the conflict with are literature and graduation projects. So we already spoke with teacher Angela from literature, and she is okay with the conflict, and we were able to reschedule her class. So now I just only have a conflict with your class and graduation project, which I think graduation project.
When is literature going to be?
Literature is going to be the teacher open again the survey. We were talking about having the class on Mondays at 8. So there is a big possibility that the class will be Mondays at 8 p.m. But she opened again the survey. So we have not reached a final decision at the moment.
Okay, so, and what are my options then?
Say again, teacher, again. Say again, profe.
What are my options?
I don't know. It's depending on what my other classmates feel about. I personally suggest to connect earlier, like Monday 6 p.m.
I can't.
Ah, okay. Okay. So what are the other options, teacher?
Okay. Okay, I don't know.
I'm just looking at the list of the participants, and I can see two of my other classmates. Basically, I think we are three students. There are three students in the same situation than me, if I'm not wrong. So I don't know what my other classmates feel about the problem. I don't know if we can open the survey again for the
No,
classes.
because one of the reasons why I don't know I'm not going to do that is because some of you didn't participate on it. One of you was you.
Yeah,
You
I
didn't
didn't.
decide.
That's right.
Rosario didn't. Carlos didn't. Right? So
We
it
the
makes me
the three.
feel a little uncomfortable. Let me tell you, because you had the chance of decision. You had the decision in your hands, and I don't know why didn't you participate. It was very simple, just to enter and participate. Actually, I opened a discussion for a previous class. I don't know if you noticed that. I sent you a message trying to having a previous meeting with you in order to organize everything, but only two people show up.
Yeah, I do apologize about it. I think when I entered, it was already too late, but I do apologize about it.
Lisette didn't enter either. So imagine. It makes me feel a little uncomfortable, really.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
And now I have to reschedule everything. I have to reschedule everything because I opened the two options for you to be in my class, right?
That's right,
Yes,
teacher.
teacher.
So now I depend on the other teachers. I think that it is not fair. Okay?
That's
It's
right,
not
teacher.
fair.
It's a fault. I do apologize with
I
you.
suppose that you watched the video from last class, right?
That's right. No, I didn't. I haven't.
Okay.
I I didn't. Being
Right.
honest, I look at the platform the week before the Holy Week, and I realized that the first class was on the 11th. But was it a class or just it was a video, right? Not a virtual encounter.
It was a virtual encounter, and I
Okay.
invite all you. I invite you all, but only two people show up, and I try to make agreements with them, but only two people are not enough. And it is the
Okay.
same in this case. I only have the half of my class. You are 12 people, and I only have 6 people right now. So how can I reach, or how can we make an agreement in here if we are only 6 people?
That's right. Yeah.
That I understand.
Teacher Jairo, I just really quickly on my part, I do apologize with you. It was my fault because I didn't participate in the survey about the virtual class. I just have to tell you, I will express this to Jorge. In this period, we are actually seeing 6 subjects, including the elective and everything. So I'm just very confused with everything. I go to the platform and I have to check the 6 subjects. And so that was the reason I got confused. That was the reason why I didn't participate in the survey. That's on my part, but I do apologize.
Okay, so what are the options that we have? Because I have to pay it. Okay, I know that you have conflict with your classes. I understand that. I talked to Jimena this afternoon. I didn't know that you have literature. I just realized it because you wrote it, but you wrote it in the afternoon. So I
Right.
didn't
Yes.
know. Nobody else told me about the schedule of literature or the problem that you have in literature. So
I
I
personally wrote to three other teachers, including the literature teacher, um, thinking that or hoping that they were going to change the day so I could continue on Monday. That was my that was what I was hoping. Reason why I didn't write to you. I'm sorry,
Teacher,
guys.
Yes,
I
me
have a
too.
question. Is it possible? I remember one time in one semester I had the same issue, and we talked to Jorge. I mean, the teacher in that time talked to Jorge, and we did as students, and he authorized us to go to 1 hour. Like I see that your hour is 2 hours, so maybe we can assist the first hour and the other hour to the other class if they change it to 8 o'clock on Monday,
No,
if it's possible.
my class regularly is 1 hour. Okay, I
Oh,
used to be 1 hour because I mean this group is very big. I don't know if it is going to take 2 hours, but usually I have only 1 hour class.
That would be
so it would be
perfect,
from
teacher.
7 to 8.
Yes, even if we had to stay just a couple of minutes, yeah, more in the class, it wouldn't be a problem, teacher. But it would be excellent. Even yes, if we start at 7 o'clock, we would have time to connect to the other
At
class at
8
8. Yes, at 8, 8:30, eight
with
10. I don't know.
literature.
Yeah, for literature. Yeah.
Yeah, but now we have the other problem that is the Jimena's class. I don't know if she's going to move.
Ah, practicum teacher is
No, this is
confused.
teaching practical.
Ah, okay, sorry. So,
And I think that Jimena has the same issue than us. So I think that we're gonna be at the same situation. Yeah, because I think that she's in literature too. Yeah, so we can be good. I don't know what my other classmates think about it.
No, but I'm not
For
talking
me,
about.
Look, excuse me, teacher. This was the message I just posted there that Jimena wrote to us as students. She was going to open the survey again, and the same thing. Only 5 people out of 10 participated. That's why she had chosen
The problem
Mondays.
is the same. You see, only 5 people participated. 5 out of 10. I have the same problem, and
yeah,
I
teacher, sorry.
assumed exactly the same.
I feel embarrassed. I feel really embarrassed and really confused with all the classes we have.
Okay, she decided to move, so she's not going to work on Mondays.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay, no, I can say, teacher, that we can see your class at 7 o'clock. That would be perfect because we need to vote. We need to do this or survey again. So I'm gonna put other day or maybe after 8 o'clock. So we can stay at 7 o'clock in your class. I think.
is Carlos? Carlos, is that your voice?
Yes, it's me.
Carlos, do we have another class also? Another
No,
teacher?
no, no, we don't have another class now. But I prefer seeing this class today with teacher Jairo. And then we can do that also, right? To see literature at 8 or maybe other day. So the other teacher, Diana, or I don't know, she's agree. So
Yeah.
She
the point
agreed.
is that some, yeah, that's the point is that some students, yes, connect at this time. So she's giving the class because they have other commitments. So, but I know that we can schedule the class at 8 or maybe on Wednesday. So now that we have this problem, and I know that we can fix it. And I thought the same that I want to see this class. I wanted to see this class at 7 o'clock. So this class was perfect for me. So the problem I think that's is the literature. Yes, I didn't know because I think that she sent us the message today. So she was the teacher that I was today.
Okay.
Teacher that told us about the class late. I cannot really remember who was, but anyway, that's what everything was even more confusing. Something was scheduled last minute. One of the
Yes.
class. That
And it was
was
not me because I scheduled everything last week.
I know you're very organized.
Yes, teacher, and that was the reason that we didn't write you because your class was well. So the problem is that with the other teacher. So that we apologize because I know that is your time, but so we are talking to this lady. Maybe she can help us change the schedule, and she's agree with it. So it's just for today that we are bothering you, teachers. I'm very sorry.
Okay.
Sorry also, please forgive us.
Okay. So
I'm also sorry, teacher.
I'm going to give some instructions for the teaching practicum of this week, for the work that we are going to start doing, and I hope that we can have a normal class next week. Okay.
Yeah,
Excellent. Perfect. Thank you,
um,
teacher.
we
Okay.
promise.
So first thing that we have to say, that we have to pay attention is, I'm going to show you this. I suppose that I assume that you have checked this schedule, the presentation of the course, although I explained it last class, last session that we have, and we discussed it with the rest. I explained many things from this. Some questions emerged from Juan David, and I answered the questions. But we have to follow this schedule. The first thing that we have to work on is on these two questionnaires that are based on two important aspects of teaching. The first one is the communicative approach, and the second one is the task-based learning. Basically, what we are going to do during this class is to, or during the rest of the semester, is to plan some classes. As you can see, there are two classes using the communicative approach and using the task learning. So for that reason, it was very necessary and important that you started with the questionnaires, because you need to know, I suppose that you know, but we need to reinforce a little bit more about these two concepts. In order to be clear, then you have to make the lesson plan. As you can see here, for next week, not for this week, you have to upload the first recording. And for the first recording, I need you to start planning your class as you like it. Okay? So you're going to plan your class as you like it. One of the questions that you were asking is if you have to spend 2 hours with the same group, or if you have to record 2 hours of the same class, and so on and so forth. Actually, I have to be honest. You are, and I told you in the previous session, you are 12 people. So imagine that I sit down and watch 2 hours of class per each one of you. So it means 24 hours, a whole day. So I'm not going to be like, I have to be honest. I am not going to give you the feedback that you deserve for the 2 hours. So for this semester, what we are going to do is to plan at least the 45 or the hour that you could have with a regular group, right? Leonardo has a group of 45 minutes, I think. I don't remember, or 1 hour. How long is your class, Leonardo?
45 minutes each.
45 minutes. So you are going to plan the 45 minutes. I don't care to watch 2 hours of your class, okay? 45 minutes is enough for me. So
Okay,
you are going
thank
to
you.
plan this 45 minutes or this hour with your students, and remember that you have to upload the material that you're going to use. Have to be very descriptive in the way that you are going to explain what you are going to do. So in here, let me see. Let me see. We have the form. I'm sure of that. Last class we didn't, but this class we have. We have the form of the lesson plan. This is a very simple lesson plan in terms of just in terms, because it is just giving some ideas of what you are going to do. Don't worry about what you write. Little by little, we are going to work on the lesson plan, and we are going to start checking and changing some things. The first thing that we have here is the description of the class. Please be very explicit in the description. If you are going to work with a group of people, because I think that some of you are going to work, I think that Juan David is going to work with people who are adults. So you describe here 3 adults, 4 adults, the ages more or less, the level of English. It is important for me to know, because if I have this description very clear, I'm going to be able to understand what you are going to do here, right? The second thing that you have to pay attention here is the communicative objective, right? The communicative objective, and it is something that you have to pay attention, it is not necessarily related to grammar. It is related to communication. So you can use the grammar, but at the end of the day, what I want to read here is what are your students going to be able to do with the grammar, the vocabulary, and those kind of things that you give to them. What are they going to be able to? Okay, so we can start our objective with students will be able to. That it is the same, students will be able to, right? Many people write this acronym. Students will be able to do what, right? This is the first thing. If you have cleared this first objective, you are going to be clear about the rest of the activities. We have here a warm-up, a wrap-up activity, that it is like the class opening. The methodology fiber here, we are going to select, okay, at the beginning, the first class that you are going to give, you have to tell me what methodology you are going to use, okay? But little by little, we are going to try to work on the task-based learning. Yeah, but at the beginning, you can choose. And then here, activities that fit each stage of the methodology, you have to explain what you as teachers are going to do and what your students are going to do as well, right? This is very important for me. You have here like 3 stages: engagement, activity, study. This is an example. It is not mandatory to follow the stages, these stages. Yeah, right? Because it is it's an option. And here the materials. If you are going to watch a video, what is the video you are going to watch? If you are going to use a sheet of paper, I don't know, a workshop or something like that, a photocopy, you have to give me a sample of that. I don't need the whole photocopy, but just a sample of what you are going to do, right? Is it clear so far?
And the points that
Yes,
are
teacher
down,
Jairo, it's clear for me.
excuse me.
It's clear
About
for
the
me.
explanation that you gave is clear for me.
Okay.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
clear
it's
for me
clear,
too.
teacher.
Belisario, you have a
Yes, it's
question?
clear.
Yes, there are some points down. Do we need to write? Can you go down, please?
Because, yeah, he was a defensor of the native
Jimena is talking.
from North America. And but the
For
point
example,
was,
engagement,
the point was
presentation,
that
activate.
he
Do we have to write
published his book
those,
like
about those topics too?
during
No.
the middle
Not the
Oh,
first
okay.
lesson
of
plan,
the
just write
century.
it as you
It was
feel it,
17.
right?
Okay.
I just want
Yes,
to
it is
see
very
how you
important.
plan
You
your
know,
lesson.
like the most representative
Who is in class
authors
with
that we have, like
Carlos? You are in
the
class with Jimena. I'm going to mute you.
And okay, in my case, I teach 5 years old kids, so it's more difficult for them to communicate among them. So I suppose I'm in disadvantage because I teach adults on Saturdays, and it's very easy for them to communicate among them. I I create some activities, especially for that, but with little kids, it's a little hard. So Do you understand that?
Yes, I know, but I don't agree.
What do you mean you don't
You
agree?
can you can
You're
use communication skills according to their knowledge and their age.
yes,
Yeah,
you
but
have to
I mean it's
define.
more difficult.
It is more difficult, yes, but I mean, you can do it. I'm sure of
Okay,
that.
yes, yeah. For example, for the first one, I have some dialogues because they're going to present. They're gonna make a presentation for. Yeah, they have a presentation, so they can do it. And for the others, could be like tricky. I don't know.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
try. I'll try my best. Okay,
Okay, right.
but I hope you understand my position. Like,
Yes, I
okay,
understand. I understand.
okay.
I have
Thanks.
other I
Thanks a
have
lot.
other students in teaching practicum who are in the same position, in the same situation that you are. So some of them have a big group with little children, and some of them have a small group with adults or with little children as well, but it is a small group anyway. Yes, I understand, and it depends also on the context that you designed your class. For that reason, I repeat, it is very necessary and important for me to understand the description of your class, right?
Okay,
It is very
okay, so
necessary because based on that, I can say, Belisario is going to work in this way because he has 30 students. Or Juan David is going to work in this way because he has only 5 students. So it is going to be faster and, you know?
Teacher Jairo, sorry to interrupt you.
okay.
Yeah.
Just a question. I'm listening to Belisario and I'm listening the comments that you are. Are you talking about the groups that were assigned to the practicum?
Yes.
Okay, in my case, because I'm a teacher, I work every day for an institution. Is that the reason why I have not been assigned a group?
No, nobody has been assigned.
Okay.
You have to look for your own group.
Okay, right.
All right. You are assigned. Okay. You have an assigned group when you are in the teaching practicum, the presencial one, right?
Oh, right. Yeah, I'm
But
not.
you are in the
Okay.
virtual, so I cannot assign you anything because you are the responsible for looking for your group.
But
Right.
the director asked for a letter of
Yes,
a
of
school, of
course.
a place where we're
Yes, that's what I'm
Yes.
confused
like.
because I sent a letter telling him about the institution that I
Mhm.
work for.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. There are other people who live in Bogota who can go to other school, to a certain school, and they are assigned a group, right? But there are few people. Yeah, but in this case it is different. Okay, so let's continue. uh, okay, I'm going to mute you, Belisario, because there is a sound over there. And very good. So as you are reading about the communicative approach, and you are reading about also about or watching the video about the task-based learning, I would like for the next class, I wanted to do this today, but I want you to do this for the next class. You are going to prepare your lesson plan for the next class, for Monday. And you are going to bring the lesson plan on Monday, and we are going to watch some things. I'm going to give some directions over here, right? But another thing that I would like you to do is to enter to download this document. This document is already in the platform. It's already in Moodle, so you can download it in the folder that it says Documents from Ministry of Education, the Pedagogical Principles and Guidelines. And I will allow you to start reading page number 30, let me see, 34, I think. Page number 34 in here. This numeral, number 4. What conceptions underline the reference framework for the suggested English curriculum for transition and primary? I know that some of you are going to work with adults. Anyway, these conceptions are very useful for us to understand certain things. Okay, So they are going to talk about the vision of education, the vision of learning, and the vision of teaching. Here is the curriculum. Yes. How they assume the curriculum. So they are only like this 5 pages, right? Only these 5 pages. And we can start discussing about the visions that they are underlying the this design, the design of this proposal. And we can understand how we are designing our own proposal, right? So the idea for next class is you to read these 5 pages, page number 34 of this document. This document is called Pedagogical Principles and Guidelines. If you wanted to read it in Spanish, it is okay, because this document is in Spanish as well. 34, 35, 36, 37, and 38, right? Yep. You can download this document in Spanish from the ministry page, Ministry of Education page, what page? I don't,
Do you
Colombia.
prefer us to read in English? So we
Sorry?
can do that. Do you prefer if we read the article in English?
As you prefer.
Okay.
The main thing that, okay, what I want is you to understand, and that you can defend on these principles, right? And we can discuss on them, right? So for the next class, 2 things, the lesson plan and the reading, okay? So we are going to discuss about those 2 things little by little, right? Also, decide please when you are going to record your class. I don't know, I know that Leonardo is on vacation right now, and so he has to record his class next week. Juan David, you have a question? Juan David?
What the bitch just wrote on the chat.
He is writing or he wrote?
He wrote something like yes. He answered yes.
Okay. Okay, the thing is that I'm not in the chat. It says the wrap up goes there as well. No, not necessarily, Juan David. The wrap up is at the end. I don't know who designed that. I have 2 quick questions. Is the warm up the same as the engage? Not necessarily. The warm up could be an activity that activates the class, or and the engagement is the way that you connect the main topic you are working with your students. So it is not necessarily the same. Sometimes the warm-up could be a song, sometimes could be a listening at your reading, but not necessarily is the same, okay? According to what we have learned, study and activate have a different meaning, because the study for me was more the theory and the activate was the production. May I please have more clarity regarding this? Activate and study. Yes, supposedly a study is like the presentation, let's say, because it has other names, like the presentation of the new knowledge students are going to deal with, right? Not necessarily the theory. Because if we are working with a communicative approach, and this is why I want you to read this paper, if we are working with a communicative approach, the communicative approach is not based on teaching inductively. I mean, it's more deductive than inductive, right? So also it has to do with the rules, with the way that things are, the grammar, the pronunciation, those kind of things. It is not necessarily that you teach that as such. right? So study, that is not the same to say I'm going to give them the theory, right? And activate is how they use what they have learned and how they put that knowledge in a communicative scenario, right? In a communicative scenario with this knowledge and what they are going to do with that. Yeah, it's more or less that, activate. And another thing that I want to clarify as well in this process, because as you could notice in the form, there are three, right? Engage, activate, and study. This is not necessarily linear. I mean, you can use engage, activate, study, or you can use engage, study, activate, right? So the order is not mandatory. You can change the order. You can reorganize it because it depends on what you're going to do. It is not a linear process, right? Those are only three stages that you can use whenever, right? I cannot see the chat, Juan David. I don't know what happens with my computer today. So I don't know if you answer. Elisario, could you please help me? Did he answer? Hello?
Yes, he said yes. Thank you very much for answering.
Yeah, I don't know. Really, Juan David, believe me, I cannot see the chat. I cannot read it. I am trying and trying and trying and I cannot do it. Okay? Okay, does any other person have questions?
All the activities that you are mentioning to us
No,
for
teacher,
next,
it's okay for me.
are
Okay.
they all
No, teacher.
recorded in the
Sorry.
are all the activities that you are mentioning to us are all recorded in the lesson in the guides?
No,
Unit 1, or
no,
these are
no.
these apart?
This is part of the process, but it is not a grade. Okay?
All right, okay.
Because
I see what
here you only have the activities that you are going to receive, in which you are going to receive a grade. Yeah.
okay.
The first
Okay.
recording that is the class, 15%. But I want to start with a lesson plan in order to have a clear idea of the class you are going to give or you are going to
Okay.
record in here, right?
Okay, lovely. It's because I asked you because I was reading the guide and I couldn't see
No, it is
anything
not
that you
there.
mentioned.
That's
Okay,
why
thanks.
it is very important to attend the classes, because there are some things that are not going to be there. We
Okay.
are going to discuss, and it is going to be part of our class, but those things are not here in the course presentation because they are not going to receive a grade. You're not going to receive a grade for that, right? Okay.
Yeah,
Any other
okay.
question?
No,
Okay.
teacher.
Okay. So we agree on the activities for next class. It is very clear. So we meet at 7. We are going to have 1 hour class, right? 7 to 8.
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So I beg you, please be punctual. Be punctual.
Yes.
Next class.
Okay, teacher, we
Right?
will be at 7 o'clock. Promising.
Okay,
Thank
teacher.
you.
Promise.
Okay. So have a very nice week. Read a
Okay.
lot and goodbye.
Okay,
Thank
Thank you,
you.
teacher.
Good night.
Goodbye,
Bye-bye.
teacher. Thank you very much.
second, was this class
Thank you for
recorded? It's
for
because I
your
didn't
Yes.
see it's
I'm
recorded, right?
sorry.
So listen
Yes.
to it again.
It
Okay,
is
lovely.
recorded. Always it is recorded. You are going to find the recordings always in the platform. I try to upload it as soon as it finishes. So it finishes and I upload it. Right?
Okay.
So tonight you
Excellent.
are going to have the class. Right? Okay, guys. So
Okay.
good evening.
Good
Okay,
night.
Good
teacher,
evening,
have a
teacher.
good
Teacher, bye,
evening.
teacher.
Thank
Good evening.
Good night.
you. Bye.
Bye bye.
Goodbye. Take care.
Bye.